says, I'm live. Welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show. I'm going to go over a disclaimer real quick and get into this report. Let's see. I might be able to. I'm not a financial advisor, not a crypto advisor, not a lawyer, straight up liar on the show. The show's meaningless. You'll get wrecked. Stop watching right now. You'll regret it. Now's the time to just turn off the show. And with those disclaimers, let's now get into completing this paper we got. I don't know how far I'll get into it. We're just going to kind of cruise a little bit and see where it goes. Henry Brown, I like to thank the scam crypto companies for fast tracking regulations. True. And I have seen Ripple advertise in the subways in Europe on Twitter. Okay, interesting. So we have to. Like, we want this whole crypto fake shit to just crash and crumble and scare the hell out of everybody. It has to affect the regular markets, and then we'll get the regulations. Then the banks jump in. The banks dump trillions. Who knows? Maybe within a year from today, we might have 30 to 50 million $1 trillion crypto market. You just never know. I'd say at least 50 trillion next year at some point at a minimum. That's my prediction. Because we had 3 trillion already in crypto. And that's with 5% of the people. So 5 goes into 100 20 times, because 5% times 20 is 100. 5% of the people at 3 trillion. 20 times 3 trillion is 60 trillion. So that's why I say next year, I really see a 50 trillion plus crypto market. That's how Crypto Hulk thinks. I'm a thinker. I think about things. Tequila or cognac? Oh, God. Both. Okay, digital electronic technology. We talk about, he says this in the Fdic report. We are at a pivotal point. Do you see this? Pivotal point. This paper was done about a month ago. They're saying now we're at a pivotal point. See what just happened with FTX? I'm almost under the belief that this FTX was a setup. They purposely did it on purpose to set things off, As pointed out in the Fdic report, so again, the president of the United States, Biden, ordered 13 of the departments to produce crypto reports. We have not seen those reports. We probably never will until maybe all this is said and done, but maybe we never will. We learned a little bit on what was in the Treasury report about the risk and stuff. Now we're going to learn a little bit about what the Fdic report, Financial Stability Oversight Council, I believe that part of the government that department was started after the 2008 crash. Fdic has a lot of power. They can even make laws, okay? Yeah. Fdic report to Biden. Currently, during the free banking era, so what Fdic is wanting us to go back to the 1800s to 1930s, okay, of the United States. It was called the free banking area. Why? Because it was decentralized. Not everything that's decentralized is good, okay? I just want to let you know. In America, we had no bank. Well, we had how many different banks? 1,500 banks with currencies. Imagine this. In the old days in America, we had no central bank. We had a bunch of private banks. And I think JP Morgan was probably around there too. But Fdic wants us to remember that we had a free banking era of around the 1800 to 1933. It consists, listen, because this is important, it consisted of notes, Notes. That is the word Remember, I did a show about the B group, and it's a bank, and I don't want anybody typing that fucking name in there. It's the B group. And that's what got my last show shut down. Like destroyed, like eliminated, deleted, gone. The B group says that they will be selling securities notes. So I was the one that told everybody in the crypto world, because no one even knows about this, what I'm talking about, except some of the people that watched my show, and then it was deleted. But they've already figured out all this stuff. Okay, they already know all this stuff is like theater, drama, and everything. They're waiting for all these countries to sign up. They already know how all this works. They already have the names. But this particular bank, it's called B Group, and they've already deemed what they're going to sell as securities notes. So let me tell you something. We're going to have commodities notes. I'm making a prediction right now. Okay. I'm not just saying we're going to have notes because everybody says that around, right? What I'm saying is I'm basing it on real proof. The B Group said, and I have it posted on my Twitter. You can go back 6-8 months ago and find it. I'm the only one who's ever posted shit like this before. Securities are going to be all this crypto is going to be notes. It's not just me. Like somebody can say, "Oh, I'm gonna call. Yeah, it's all going to be notes." No, the reason I'm saying it is because I'm the only guy that has evidence from a B Group that they're already doing it. Oh, yeah. Nobody else knows this except people on my show. That the B Group is selling securities notes. Nobody else knows this stuff except you guys, okay? I taught you. Now, what they're telling us here, FSOC just slipped it out. No other channel knows this. FSOC starts to. Why do you think FSOC's talking about notes from the 1800s and shit? Because they're coming back. Oh, Crypto Hulk. Yes, this is the only channel. See, this is why I have a member channel, because you guys get all the shit that nobody else has on any other channel. Okay. I mean, anybody can make a prediction. I think something bad's going to happen in 3 years from now. Well, fuck. There better be, because I mean, bad shit happens all the time. But if you can, like, when I made the prediction about bad shit's going to happen in 30 days, 2 weeks later, the FTX and pretty much the whole crypto market just got destroyed. Yeah. And along with notes, see, FSOC's telling us, FSOC's report that we can't see, they're telling us right now, all these cryptos are going to be called notes, securities notes, commodities notes, promissory notes. Okay, everything, a lot of this shit's going to be like notes. I'm talking about the payments cryptos, not Cardano, not all this shit. Just I'm talking about specifically these cryptos here. They're going to be payable in gold or silver. So what the FSOC was telling us is that in the old days we had notes. Same situation we got now. Decentralized bank in the United States in the 1850s. There was no centralized bank. Right now, there's no centralized crypto, correct? The FSOC, the Financial Stability Oversight Council, is trying to show all of us where we came from is where we're going back to. Otherwise, they're not going to give us a fucking history lesson for no fucking reason, okay? They pretty much just told us that these things are going to be called notes, and they're going to be payable in gold and silver and probably other things as well. It says here back then there was 1,500 currencies at banks back then. And this led to what they call the bank run, when banks have runs. And that was caused because all of the decentralization. What the banks are going to do is bring, FSOC is telling us right now, they're going to bring regulation to the crypto space. or otherwise we're gonna have like a free bank again, like we had back in the 1800s. It was a fucking mess. Okay. Then they start talking about Fed now. Oh, and here's what they say about Fed now and how it's a stable coin. Fed now is probably going to be a stellar, you guys. Okay. Fed now, I believe, is going to be for like people, not like banks and shit. So it's very likely. Now, I don't know if Fed now exactly, I don't know the whole thing, but they're calling it a stable coin. So it's going to be backed by shit. So it's either going to be like people, like retail people like us, or Fed now could be a wholesale kind of a way, but I think it's going to go more for like people. So that'll be like a stellar. Okay. Um, it's all this is hush hush. They don't advertise. You don't see this shit anywhere else. There's distinct. Here's what they say. Martin Grunberg says there's a distinct and separate difference from the term stable coins. Okay, there's like payment stable cryptos, and then there's cryptos. They're trying to make that very, very particular. So think of a payment one, XRP, XLM, XDC. Okay, those are payment stable coins. Then there will be other types of stable coins. Not all of them are going to be backed. Okay, so that's what we're getting a sneak peek from FSOC on what in the future we're going to have. And they specifically mentioned Fed now is a stable coin that's going to be backed. And I don't necessarily know right now if it's for people, which I'm pretty sure I would bet money that it's going to run on a stellar type of crypto. And it'll be a backed people to people, people to business. I could send it to, but small, medium enterprise, SME kind of a thing. That is as far as I got. So let me show you where I'm getting this at. That's a long page. See if I don't even know if this one will pop up because it's a long link. I got it. Fuck, it's too long. Okay, I figured out what happened. This shit always does that. Yeah. I will figure this out. Hold on. What's that shit? Okay, that's not going to work. I wonder if this one will work. Copy. Hold on. See if I can if I could send you this one. Fuck. Oh, it's gonna work. Okay, cool, sweet. All right. That one went through. It almost barely didn't go through. The link was too long. Crypto She-Hulk. How about if you click on the link and let me know if what you're looking at is what I'm looking at? It should be I don't know what format this is. PDF. Okay, it should be a PDF format, and it should have pages 1 to 11. And just let me know if what you're looking at looks like it makes sense. Can see it. So Vulcan Aussie can see it. Okay, I just want to make sure I don't start talking about this shit and you've got some kind of screwed up format paper that doesn't even make sense or you can't see. I'm going to start on this paper on page 6. We're going to go over a little bit of it. So I'm going to scroll mine down to page 6. Everything I've talked about earlier was pages 1 through 6. And now I'm at page 6. So they start talking about as at the top of the page, as many as 1,500 currencies circulate at any one time. They're giving us a history on the early history of the United States, the bank, how the banks got formed. I want you to see a relation here. I don't want you reading all this shit right now. I'm just going to use this to teach you. If you want to read it later, because what I'm teaching now is very important. I'm showing you the concepts. Why is FSOC giving us a fucking history lesson on the banking system of the United States? Because we're on the verge of switching over to a crypto banking system in the United States. This is very important. Why is FSOC telling us there's 1,500 currencies in the United States banking system in the 1800s? What the fuck point is that? Because the point is, it's the same shit going on right now. We've got 21,000 cryptos. Back in the old days, they had 1,500 currencies. Are you getting it now? Right now, we have a totally decentralized crypto world. Back in the old days, they had a totally decentralized banking system in the United States. Now we're starting to see why they're talking about all this stuff. Very important you understand history. FSOC's trying to show us, okay? So FSOC is trying to show us what the hell is coming. I'm showing you the future right now by showing you the past. This is very remarkable, okay? Let me scroll down a little. Now, this part I have not read, starting right now from page 6. So what I'm going to kind of do is look through it and bring out some high points. And we can explore like this for about another 15 minutes. It says, talk about the risks, benefits and risks with stable coins. They're talking about the benefit. There's a cost benefit, real time, around the clock for retail and business payments. See, they keep talking about a payment stable coin. Okay, that's important. It's not just stable coin. It's a payments stable coin. They're trying to, then in the same paragraph, they talk about Federal Reserve's FedNow system. There we go, right? Now they're being very guarded. It says the extent to which a payment stablecoin would provide additive or complementary benefits to the FedNow system remains to be seen. Like, they're not trying to tell us that part. They're not trying to tell us exactly what FedNow is. Okay, they're being very secretive here. Says right here, even to be clear, I see the notion of payment stable coins as conceptually distinct and separate from the existing broader universe of stable coins. So, right here, they specifically told us there will be something called payment stable coins, and then there's stuff called stable coins. All right. So, I would tell my friends, stick with payment stable coins, and I would believe they're talking about XRP, XLM, and XTC. Not that those are necessarily the only ones somebody should get, but for me, it would be like the only ones I would really ever buy. Talk about safe payment stablecoins would be safer if they were not still on page 6, kind of near the bottom. If they were subject, so stablecoins are safe if they're regulated, prudential regulation. Second, payment stablecoins will be safer if they were required to be backed dollar for dollar by short-dated U.S. Treasury assets. That's a key right there. Okay, here I caught that one. Short-dated U.S. Treasury assets. Do you know what notes are? That's what a note is. Short-dated Treasury asset. You ever heard of like a bond? Like you go buy a savings bond, a U.S. savings bond. What's it? It's the same thing as a note, but it's for a short. A note is for a short period of time. Oh, so this is where the notes come in. That's why these will be called notes. maybe they're under a family of notes. Like, okay, at the top, it'll be considered like notes, but then I don't know if it fits under or over, but whatever it is, stable coins will be like in a note family. Okay. I don't know how to explain all that, but just some of you kind of understand what I'm trying to get at. Short dated US Treasury assets are notes. Long term, let me use the converse to that. Not short dated, but let's say if I said long dated US Treasury assets, we call those bonds. Short dated ones, we call notes. Got it? Look at the next one. It says right here, backing with such high quality assets. Oh, would ensure that the payment stablecoin, boop, there they go. They just told us right now. The United States Fed now and the United States government banking system will have short dated notes. These notes will have high quality assets that will back them. Probably going to have cash, like it just said. Probably going to have, let's throw in gold, silver, whatever it is. Okay. And these will quickly be redeemed for fiat currency. So you can have, see, they're still talking about using fiat here. So I don't know if cash ever goes away. Okay. Because it says you could redeem your stable coins for fiat currency. So there you go. It says here, third, payment stable coins would be safer if they were transacted on a permissioned ledger with robust governance and compliance mechanisms. It says, talks about the ability to know all the parties, including the nodes and the validators that are engaging in payment stablecoin activities. So the money laundering and stuff. Okay, in order for the XRP ledger and XRP to be used in the world banking, which it will, Ripple's going to have to give up all this information. And in my opinion, here's why I said to you. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care. But how I see it, I don't see Ripple making it to the public unless they give up so much shit that they're just like a regular bank. I mean, Ripple's going to have, I'm just letting you know, I don't see Ripple going on the stock market. I know they applied for a banking license. Maybe they become one, but they're going to have to give up all the proprietary everything to the Federal Reserve to let them know how's this happening? How's that? Who are all the nodes? Who are all the whatevers, you know? Our government has to make Ripple centralized. Our government has to get XRP and shit centralized. Right now, it's decentralized. Okay. So I don't know how all this is going to happen. I'm just reading to you what they're telling us. We're not going to have no decentralized Wild West XRP where the 80% of the nodes on the value. I don't know how this shit's going to work out or if it will. Just letting you know. What I'm reading right here, it's not looking good for that kind of decentralized stuff. Page 7. Economies of scale. Greater use. So they're going to end up, the banking industry, it says facilitating greater use of fintech and non-bank lending. Well, that's what XRP is. So now they're telling us right here, this is why I feel they're going to take over Ripple, because Ripple is a money service business. You got it? It's not a bank. Now, they applied for a banking license. I don't know if they were given one yet. And if they were, I don't know. I haven't heard about that. But I know that in 2015, Ripple was already deemed a money service business. Okay. So what they're talking about here is the banking system working with fintech and non-banks. That would fit into all these crypto companies, okay? So either the government uses them or gives them a type of license. Maybe Ripple gets a what they call a temporary license or some kind of license to perform A, B, and C and D. Maybe Ripple applies to be a bank, but it's a certain chartered kind of bank. See what I'm saying? All this stuff, like I can't tell you because these people are inventing this shit, not me. Okay. But what we can kind of do is look, they're talking about fintech and non-bank lending. So right there, they just told us that traditional banks will either use fintech and non-bank lending, like staking, this and that. Somehow Ripple's, I don't know how I was going to go, but it's like Ripple, XLM, XDC are going to somehow help the government move value or do things, but they're not, maybe not technically a bank, like a money service business is what they might be called, or maybe a Ripple gets permission to do A, B, and C just because it becomes a bank, then it becomes regulated, and it's only allowed, it can't do everything a bank does. Maybe it acts just as an exchange, you know? Ripple decides to try to become a bank. Maybe what they become instead is an exchange with, I don't know. Like I'm just throwing shit out there, right? Still on page 7. Okay, here we go. So maybe it says here on page 7, when we consider where payment stablecoins should fit, um, oh, here we go. I didn't read this part. It says states should charter. Oh, so Crypto Hulk, you knew what it was going to, huh? Well, okay, I'll admit I'm a little bit of a mind reader here. Charter stablecoin issuers or license them as money transmitters. I already said all this. I honestly didn't even read this yet. This right here. I was just thinking out loud before and how I would do it. So that's how this is going to happen. Our government, the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, we're finding out all kinds of cool shit here on Crypto Hulk membership. There's going to be states, different states would charter stablecoin issuers and license them as money transmitters so they're not banks. Just like I said before, they're going to use fintech and non-bank entities to facilitate the transfer of value. Notice I didn't say the transfer of money because you're going to be transferring NFTs, property, racehorses, all kinds of shit. And that's how what Ripple might end up being is not an actual bank because then there's rules for that. You have to give up the nodes. You have to know who the nodes are, where they're. See, Ripple might not want to do that, so maybe Ripple becomes an exchange. That's what I really know the liquidity hub thing, like in Canada and stuff. I see Ripple more like that. I don't see Ripple now. Maybe if it does go public, it'll be like a money service business, but I don't see Ripple as like a bank. If they do, they have to let the government in on everything. And that is something I don't know. Let's continue. So, money transmitter, charter, stablecoin issuers, these are all things that Ripple will become. All payment stablecoin issuers should, just like the banks, whether federal or state, be subject to prudential regulation and oversight. Now remember, a state chartered bank is not a money service business. These are two different things. Ripple is an MSB, money service business. Since 2015, they got a license as a money service business. Ripple's not a bank. So Ripple may stay not a bank, okay? What I think Ripple might end up doing is becoming some kind of federally chartered crypto exchange. That's what I would see Ripple as, not a bank. I see it as an exchange for the world. That's what I would bet if I was going to bet what crypto Hulk, where do you see Ripple in the future? I would say I see it as a federally chartered crypto exchange to facilitate global transactions. That's what I see. And they're going to have these liquidity hubs in different parts of the world. And that's what I'm kind of seeing. I think I'm scrolling down to page 8. Okay, now I'm on page 8. Let me check the time here. 30 minutes. Okay. You want me to continue another? I'll go another 15 if you really want to learn. But if you guys, I know this is tough. We only got a few more pages of this, 3 more pages. But somebody let me know. Should we continue, or I can do a little bit of question and answer. Yep. Yes, please, kind sir. Dude. Okay. I just don't want to bore people because people get fucking bored and shit. All right, 15 minutes. That's it. 15. So I'll start my watch. Where is it? Right here. Oh my goodness, there, kids. Watch started. Okay. So we're on page 8. We're going down the rabbit hole. Okay, now again, I have not read this, so I'm kind of scanning it and a little fat. Like if you weren't here, I would still scan it, but not as fast. But now I can't, so I'm doing a little quick here. So they're talking about a lot of consumer protections and stuff. That's where a lot of this goes. I mean, look at FTX. People got fucking destroyed. So the FDIC is not going to insure banks unless they have control over this thing. Consideration must be given to the ability of a payment stablecoin to foster a more inclusive and accessible banking system. So they're gonna okay. Um, they're talking about not creating barriers for poor people and low to moderate income from a real-time pay. That's what Ripple is, real time. All the XLM, XDC, and shit, all that shit's real time. Participating. So, okay, they're discussing now. We've got to get everybody on board. That's what page 8 is about. So they've kind of discussed in the beginning pages of this the Wild West, where we came from. Then they got into uh, chartering banks, these kinds of things. Now they're talking about we've got to get people on board. Okay, that's the next phase of this. It's got to be easy to use, financially inclusive. There's that Fed now. What does it say? So, as I previously indicated, another important policy should be how a payment system that is based on the use of payment stablecoins would appropriately interact with the Federal Reserve's upcoming FedNow service. So, what they're going to do now is these payment stablecoins. That's the key phrase. Payment stablecoins can come or can be created from a private entity, it said, or a non-bank, like a money service business. So that would be Ripple. But what they're talking here with FedNow is all these stable coins would have to interact with FedNow. So it's going to have to be backed with gold, this and that. That's what's coming, all right, for payment stable coins. And I think these are the ones that'll be like really, really okay. You know what I think also? I'm going to guess on this as well, make a prediction, but you're going to have like some like different kinds of federal money. Maybe like a federal money for business, bank to bank, country to country kind of thing. And I think that would be more like your XRP or something. You're going to have federal money for regular people, like Stellar. This stuff will be highly regulated, backed, and zero risk. But along with that being highly valuable, they're going to know where you spend it. See what I'm saying? So there's going to be a give and take. then the government will allow, like your Bitcoin, Ethereum, it'll be non-FDIC, just like you get stocks. Like you go buy Goodyear stock, that's not guaranteed, right? But it'll go up or down. But if you get U.S. savings bonds and you buy a bond, and they guarantee you, like in 5 years, we'll pay you this much and get your money back. That shit's guaranteed, right? So that's kind of how I'm thinking these cryptos are going to be. You're going to have cryptos that are like stocks and bonds. Oh, no, stocks, or commodities. Like you can buy them, they're not insured, and they go up and down, right? Then you're going to have things like the paper dollar. Well, I'm just saying, like the paper dollar, you can buy it and it's guaranteed, it's backed money by the government, but that's how like these cryptos are going to be with the government. They're going to allow people to make cryptos, but that particular, let's say if Apple wants to have a crypto, then Apple will have to prove to the government, apply to be some kind of money service business because it's not a bank. The Apple coin will not be insured by our government. Our government will inspect, like if Apple wants to sell an Apple crypto or JP Morgan wants to have their crypto, our government's going to require they back it. And maybe I would even call it this, they back it in a special, brand new Federal Reserve account for crypto money service businesses. That's how I would call that stuff. Okay. Um, so then you can have all different kinds of cryptos, stable coins. Now, those will be stable coins, but not payment stable coins. Got it? Payment stable coins will be like the ones in the United States, all backed. They know where that crypto's going all the time. And it'll be, yeah, like our paper now has got serial numbers on it and stuff. So that crypto will be like the same thing. Payment stable coins will be backed by gold, full real deal, Holyfield, okay? But then our government will allow, like an Apple, to make a stable coin and then back it by the Federal Reserve opening up a special account and putting it there. Now, the Federal Reserve will not, even though they're holding it, they're not going to insure it. The only thing the Federal Reserve is going to do is have an account where Apple can't be like Sam Bankman-Fried and stick his little sticky fingers in the cookie jar and take out all the gold. Okay? That's what the FDIC, the Federal Reserve will do to provide stability. So we can still have let's say, a decentralized, let's say, banking system, crypto system, but there's going to be controls with it. So, okay, you can have 5,000 companies with crypto or 10,000, okay? But that fucking crypto is going to be backed. And guess what? The Federal Reserve is going to hold it and not Sam Bankman Fried's ex-girlfriend who runs his bank, by the way. That's what happened. That's how they lost all that fucking money. Got it? Is you had the FTX exchange. Sam Bankman Fried hired like his ex-girlfriend to run the fucking bank. So she's probably got her sticky little fingers doing all this stuff. It's all as a scam. What I'm seeing here is the Federal Reserve. Now I'm guessing from what I'm reading here, but they're going to have like an account. So let's say if FTX did the right thing, they send all their backed money to a special Federal Reserve account, and then nobody could steal it. And the Federal Reserve could then bring stability to the country, but not have to back all the Apple coins, the FTX coins, and all that shit. But the Federal Reserve would be like the guard dog and make sure nobody runs off with the money. Okay, that's how I predict all this shit going down. That's the conclusion. It says right here. Okay, I guess there's really not much here after that. Page 9, 10, and 11. It's just, now if you want to click on these things, these links, and learn more about it, that's up to you. I'm not going to geek out that much personally on it. But some of you might be super geeks and, go with the flow, bro. So let me check some comments here real quick. And we're still about 8 minutes. Man, that's a lot of shit to learn. Crypto She-Hulk says, Hulkstradamus, you're the best damn teacher in this. Thank you. You know what? I take the job seriously. Like, now it's a business because you guys are paying for it. I'm going to give you the best information I can. This creates more of an incentive and a kick in my ass to try to find real shit for you guys to learn that you won't find on these other channels. My goal is to teach you exactly what the hell's going on. That's how I know it happens in the future because I do this kind of shit. Okay. Like I can see clearly on how the shit's starting to fall together. And I try to explain that to you in a way that makes sense, and then I try to use real world FDIC chairman research report and say, bam, there you go. Now, I did speculate on parts of it. I don't think I'm that off. I mean, maybe I'm 70% of where this is going. It's not like I have no fucking idea. I'm reading the fucking text. I'm kind of adding a little bit, thinking, you know what, that would work actually. So I feel like I just took a college class. It'll be look. Here's the beauty of this. It's $5 fucking a month. I don't got no fucking spam on here. Where there's no distractions. I can teach you guys this shit. There's people that are paying 500 to 1,000 a month that don't get this kind of like learning. And if anybody ever does this kind of shit, which I doubt, then yeah, you got to join the special group like the VIP where people pay 500 a month and I'll teach this shit to like 5 people or something. Well, that would be nice. But that's like $2,500 just from that alone. But anyhow, the point is I'm trying to keep you so far ahead to let you see where all this shit goes. All right. If you watch my channel and you're a member, you should know pretty much exactly where the fuck this is going. All right. Should not be a mystery. A lot of these other channels, look, these other channels, I taught 33, 35 minutes on the open show, 42 minutes now. That's a lot of fucking time. Okay. But we're laser focused on what we need to be. I'm not all over giving you news about this, news about that, because that's all trying to get fucking viewership and stuff. And sometimes it's fun, and these kinds of shows are not popular. I got 105 people, and that's fine. Because my goal, now tomorrow I'm not deep diving. We're done with the article, it's done. So tomorrow I'm going to try to do hypey news and find cool shit and get viewers and all kinds of stuff. Because that stuff's fun. And I don't give you guys bullshit news even on hype days. It's all cool stuff. I try to bring you news you will not find on other channels. I even try to give it to you first before they don't even talk about it. Okay. Vulcan Aussie. Thanks, Hulk. Thanks for that. Midnight Keyboard Warrior. Remember that name? Hulk man. The cream always rises to the top. Man, it's my commit. It's like the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders, commitment to excellence. That's how I really live my life. Like if I do something, I try to do the best fucking job. If I'm gonna make a channel, I'm gonna have the most fucking intelligent channel, minus the cuss words, of course. But I'm gonna bring you like a channel like no other one on the fucking planet. Where you can watch it and be like, this dude's real. And you can watch the show and I'm not promoting dumb shit or whatever, trying to get you into scams and all kinds. These other people are fucking horrible. Weight loss and fitness. Hulk, you are always right. Don't follow young crypto dummies. Look at FTX. I told you about the dude's fucking haircut. Like, I knew something's wrong with that guy. How can he be normal and have a fucked up haircut like that? It looks like he didn't get a haircut for about 6 months. Slept and rolled that shit around for 2 weeks, and then goes on TV and expects me to take him seriously. That dude's fucking lost. SBF is a total clown. And laugh out. Kevin O'Leary lost a ton on him. Let me tell you something. On my channel, no one's lost a fucking thing. It's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. Okay? These other people, maybe they made 100,000 this year or whatever in crypto. I provide a basic crypto channel. Really, you could just learn the basics from my show, lock the shit up, and never watch the channel again. Okay, and you're pretty much, you might lose 10 or 20% because there's little twists and turns and shit here, but it's pretty much just like that. But the ongoing programs that I have, this is the fun part where now we're seeing where this is going. Like we already know. Now maybe this shit don't happen 6 months or a year from now. or whatever, you know? But my show teaches you the future and how it goes down. So we don't have to guess. Gee, I wonder. So the people that don't have the memberships on my show, they missed out majorly because I just showed you how this is going with payment, stable coins, and backing, and money service businesses coming up to assist the government. They're going to put private accounts in the federal, like all this kind of shit. Like we already know where this is going. You have all these stable coins made by all these companies, but they're going to be regulated and have Federal Reserve accounts. No kind of dump. No, nobody's running off anymore with this fucking money shit. This is over, okay? And yeah, I think. Wait, Vulcan Aussie. Okay, I think we're done. Start. My brain is really fucking tired right now. I haven't had any alcohol days like 8 p.m. This is not fucking cool. So I've got to start putting it down. Only got like a couple hours and I go to bed. My children, grandchildren. I'm trying to make Crypto She-Hulk. I'm trying to make your existence. I want you to be the fucking hero in your family. I want to know when I get old and die. I want to look. I'm not here to make everybody's friend. Okay, that's not my goal. But I want to know in the end of my days. I'm like, damn, I really helped thousands of people become millionaires and billionaires. Like that's fun. That to me is an accomplishment. Like I'm not saying I need to know. I want to know everybody because I don't. Some of you may, but it's like just the fact that I know I accomplished. I didn't just go to school, get a job, get married, divorced a couple times, have a couple kids, um, work in the military, Department of Justice, get old, fucking die. There's my life. Done. I want to know that I try to change the world or make a dent in the universe, to change the world. And for people that don't even know, like you can still watch if you can still watch my early Crypto Hulk shit. It has all the stuff you need. You don't have to become a member. That's just, for fun. The unknown thousands of people, when I make these programs, it's going to drastically change the course of their future. And I don't know who all these people are. Ever watched my channel? Some people probably learned shit and forgot what channel they learned it on, and that's fine. I'm not mad or nothing. But I'm doing this for me so I can look back thinking, damn, I did some cool shit with my life. I tried to help as many people come up and become not just like a financial advisor to somebody, but to make them fucking millions and millions, like crazy money. That's when I'm going to feel confident, like, you know what? I did a good thing with my life. So anyhow, that's it. Enough of all that emotional garbage. I will see y'all. I'm going to look for some news tomorrow. If I can put together a show, I will. I just don't guarantee that every day I put in a show or something, or 5, 6 days. I don't have sponsors because these other people are forced to make shows. They really are. I can't do that. If I can't put together an awesome show like tonight, last night, that a couple previous days before that, my friend was having some hard times and I had to not make shows. But that person's okay now. I think they're going to be just fine. But I don't make garbage shows. That's just not how it fucking works. If I can't find great news, I don't make a fucking show. So anyhow, with that, I'll see you guys at my next show, and adios.